guys, this is Gladys from Best Cars for Sale in Kenya, and I'm here inside this beautiful Toyota Harrier that we have imported for one of our clients. And there are some questions that I normally get from my clients. Gladys, how long does the importation process take? Now the process only takes 28 to 55 days for your car to arrive here, and the best part is that we will handle the entire importation process on your behalf. Now when we're importing these cars, there's something that is very important that I try and get my client to understand. The most important aspect of the entire importation process is what we call the grading system, because this is what stipulates the true condition of that car. Now remember that all these cars that we are importing, they are cars that are in the second-hand market. So this means that they have previously been used by other users in Japan, and depending on how these previous users maintained the car, that's how these cars are going to be graded and given the condition that they have been in. So what the inspector checks, they check how is the exterior of this car, how is the interior of this car, and how is the overall condition of this car. I'm talking about how is the engine quality, how is the engine looking like, how is the radiator, how are the wheel alignments, how are the brakes, how is the transmission, has the transmission either been changed, because there are some clients that buy a manual car then later on they change it to automatic. Has it been changed? And all these factors are going to affect the grading system of the car. Now for cars that were well maintained, of course they will get a high grade. And before I get even there, once they are checking the exterior, there's something that is called the intensity of the damage. Now there's some scratch that is very minor that you can neglect, that you can just overlook, like A1 and A2. Those ones are small ones. Once the car lands at the port of Mombasa, you're not able to see those ones. Then there's one that is like A3 or U3. That means that is a dimple, and it's a visible dimple. Now if it's a U4, that means that this is a very big dimple that you don't want to import, and this is a car that is has a very major issue. Now all those things affect the grading of the car and the overall condition of that car, or the score of that car. So cars that were well maintained, they automatically get a high grade, highest being 6 or S, but that is for cars that are 3 years old. Then after that we have grade 5. Grade 5 is a very unique grade, but it's very rare. But grade 4.5 and grade 4, those are very high grades, and grades that you can rely on, grades that you can import, and those are grades that will make you happy. And then we have lower grades like 3, -2, 1, -1, 0, and even repaired. But then at Best Cars, we don't touch those grades because we want our clients to get value for their money. So it's very important when we're importing, we try and educate our client on the grading system, so that we want to personalize this. A car is a very personal item, and a car is something that you're going to be using for a very long time. So we really want you to be part of the process. We need to explain to you the grading system so that you can also understand what you're buying. And then the other thing is they will check the interior and give it a score starting the best A and B. Those are the best. When you go to C, it means that one is a bit dirty and it requires some deep clean, or maybe it has animal hair, because in Japan most of them they keep pets on the cars, and then when they're going to their car wash, it's not the same here. So it's just washed at the exterior, the interior is hardly touched. And then they'll also check how the wheels, what is the condition of the wheels, and then they'll also give it a grading. So the wheels, the highest or the best condition of the wheel is 8, and then we have 7, we have 6, we have 5, 4, 2, and even 1. So 5 is the average. Below that means those wheels need to be changed. So those are the key things that we try and check and try and educate our clients, so that they are aware of that before they even import a car. And then the other key factor is the mileage. Mileage is very important, and we always urge our clients to keep the mileage very low as possible. For instance, this unit that I'm seated on, it's only 47,000 kilometers. We can still go lower than that, because we've imported cars that are 30k, we've imported cars that are 2k. Yesterday I was offloading a vessel that was only 7,000 kilometers. So that's a very low mileage car, and considering it's a grade 4.5, it means that is a car that has 0 mechanical issues. The only thing you're going to do once you get that car is do the normal servicing, change your oil and the regular maintenance, and you're good to go. So that is a car that you can bank on, and that is a car that you can rely on. Also, whenever you compromise on the grade, Of course, you're going to be spending so much repairing that car, taking it to the mechanic, taking it to the garage. So that's why you need to keep the grading very, very, very high. So grade 4.5, grade 4 is something that you can count on. Yeah. And then also the other thing that is very, very important is, so that is something that you can count on. So ensure you keep the mileage low and ensure you keep the grading high. And then also we will take you through the auction process. We are going to show you how we bid for these cars, and we are going to make sure that you are part of the process and you are understanding. And then what we're going to bring home is a good car, a car that you can always rely on, and a car that is going to serve you for a very, very long time. Now you find that in Japan, most of them don't even use these cars. Their roads, first of all, they are toll roads like the expressway, so you pay to use their roads. So the older your car is, the more expensive it becomes to even maintain it. So that's why they try and dispose the older cars, and actually their government encourages them to dispose of their second-hand cars. You actually get incentive once you sell your second-hand vehicle. So if you want to import any of this car from Japan, kindly reach out to us. One thing that we can guarantee you, we are going to give you the QISJ certificate, we are going to give you the export certificate, and we are also going to give you the bill of lading and all the documents that are required, so that you are, you're feeling good and